Hey guys, it's Tammy. Thanks for joining me today. I have another design team project for the piecebypiece.etsy.com that I'd like to share with you. But before I do that, I just want to remind everybody that we have our August challenge going on over at the Piece by Piece blog. And you're welcome to come on over, check out the details, and submit your entry. I'll have all the relevant links down in the description area of this video. So let me just show you what I have today. I put together these, I think they're adorable anyway, luminaries. So I've used paper. This paper is from Authentique and it's the Splendid collection. And all of the trim is from the Piece by Piece. And I'm not sure if it's going to come across on video, but there is a little flickering light coming from the inside. And what I've used are these little tea lights that you can get. I got mine at Costco a while ago. It was a package of quite a few, like 20 to 30. It came with batteries and extra batteries, and but I do know that they have at Michael's. I think they were just on sale last week at Michael's, a nice size package of these, so you can get them pretty easily now. So what I did, and let me just show you up close some of the trims that I used. This is a brown one. That's an elastic lace, so pretty, and then you can see the tea light inside. This is one of my favorite trims, this kind of a turquoisey green color. Love that one. And these are very petite, you know, about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch high trims. This one also has elastic. And one of the kind of lessons learned along the way, you can see these two trims are ruffled out. This one was a flat one, and it just does not quite kind of skirt out as much as I would have liked it to, or as the other ones do. So that was kind of a little lesson learned. I guess I should have pleated it or just put it flat up against kind of the wall of the paper there. So anyway, but overall I really love them. I think they're adorable and they look really cute in a dark room. It would be I think a cute little gift for a little girl, or even a teacher's gift for something on the desk. But they're really fun to make. So let me just show you real quick how I pull these together. It's really, really easy. So like I said, this is the foundation, these tea lights. And for these particular ones, I used the Martha Stewart. These are the punches that allow you to punch in the middle of a page. Or you can punch anywhere on a page with these. I have the butterfly and the heart, and there are other shapes as well. If you don't have these punches or you don't want to invest in them, you could easily do this with your digital cutter, and even maybe some dies that you would run through a die cutting machine. So like on a Cricut, you would just kind of position the blade kind of against or more towards the center of the paper, and then you would get something that would come out like this. So you would just then trim the paper to size. So I made these ones in staggered heights. This one is probably about 3 inches or so high. So what I did was I used red line tape around here. I had a skinny one. I just basically filled this up. This is about, I don't know, about 1 inch or so high. So I put 2 rows of the tape so that this was filled with this red line sticky tape, and then I put also 2 strips. So you should have the paper overlap at least 1/4 of an inch, especially if you have a thick paper. Like this Authentique paper is very thick. This is just some scrap kind of construction paper that I had around the house, and so I would say at least 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of an overlap, like there is right there. So so once you have your tape here, I found it easier to kind of set both of these on the desktop, and then get the spot where it was going to adhere, and then just basically roll that around while it was on the table so that everything kind of stayed flush on the bottom. And then before I got to this closing point, I took off the backing of the red line tape and then adhered it there. So you can do it so that it's open like this, which is perfectly fine. On these particular luminaries, what I did was take some vellum paper and glued it to the back. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. Maybe if I turn off the light. but there's basically vellum paper glued on the inside, and I found this really pretty kind of a goldish yellow that went with that paper right there. And if you do decide to add the vellum, I used a wet glue and you just have to make sure that you get very close to the design so that when you fold it, it doesn't pop up. So if you don't get the glue close to this, say this, hard, especially this point, it will pop up on the front. So you just want to make sure you have a good adherence there. So that's all there is to it. And then you would add, obviously, whatever kind of trim you want to add to it to decorate. You can do so much more with these as well. You could stamp a sentiment. You can do it with a full-on vellum paper all the way around, which actually I did with another one that I'll show you right now. But you could just wrap the vellum all the way around, and before you do that, maybe stamp a sentiment on the vellum, punch some holes even with just a hole puncher. That would be a really fun design coming out of the vellum paper. So lots of different options. So let me take these away and show you the other design that I made. That was a lot of fun. This kind of just happened. But let me turn this on real quick. So this is, let me get the front. All right. This is the other design that I made, and I had so much fun with this. It was a lot of fun to do. So for this one, I actually used this size of the tea candle. It's probably about 2 inches high. That was in the collection that I bought at Costco. So, as you can see, this one is lit up on the inside, and I made it in a similar fashion. This is actually in 2 pieces, so let me just take it apart so you can see real quick. For this one, I did add the red line tape on the top and on the bottom, and I added the red line tape on the paper in the same way that I did for the other one, and did the similar wrapping process, and then later added this lace trim, which is also from the Piece by Piece, to the top. So really, really simple to pull that together. Now the base, this here is just a circle that I cut out with my, it's a die. It's about 3 inches across, I would say. And then I wanted to have this lace trim on the bottom, and actually my original intention was for it just to be flat and lay on the table or sit on the table flat. But as I pleated it, it was kind of forming a little skirt, so I just kind of went with that and let it fall. And then I had these wooden pieces left over. These, I bought some stamps recently from Stampin' Up, and they were the ones that should have been wood mounted, but I like to have them off the wood, so I've just had these around, and that made a perfect little platform, or place for the platform to sit. So I just hot glued that on, and now it sits with a little bit of height. And then I broke out my I Am Roses. I had a nice purple collection, and I just added those around the edge of the circle. Very easy. And I did have this in kind of for placement. So as I was gluing, I would put this in just to make sure that they were in the right place and forming the right size frame for the candle. And I didn't glue this directly on because the on and off is on the bottom and the battery placement is on the bottom. So that needs to be, you need to be able to kind of, be a little mobile or flexible with that in terms of taking it out so you can turn it on and off. So it's just, I don't know if you can see the light shining through, but when the lights are off you can see it a lot better. This paper is a full-on vellum paper that's been printed on, and it's a Hambly, one of their silk screen. Well, I think all of their papers are silk screen, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. So anyway, that was that one, and I think this would be, you could actually even like maybe do a little banner with vellum paper and glue it on there with the sentiment. I think this would be fun to have on the top of a cake. There's just, so many fun things to do with it. And also when I was at Costco recently, they had these types of battery operated candles that were about pretty high. I'd say like 6 to 8 inches high. So imagine that as part of a centerpiece with these beautiful I Am Roses flowers and the piece by piece silk trim, or I'm sorry, lace trim, and paper from Hambly, or your favorite paper. It would be a beautiful, beautiful centerpiece for your holiday table or a birthday or any occasion. So that's my project today. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.